Hi friends, welcome to our cozy corner for English learners from all around the world. This is part of our English learning story series. Whether you're just starting or looking to practice your English in a fun way, you're in the right place. So grab your tea, get comfy, and let's enjoy a beautiful story together. Don't forget you're doing great, and we're here to grow with you every step of the way. Now, let's begin our story. It was a soft, rainy morning in the small town of Maplewood. Drops tapped gently on the windows, like a soft drumbeat from the sky. The air smelled like wet grass and fresh bread, drifting in from the bakery down the road. Birds huddled under tree branches, and people walked quickly under colorful umbrellas. Inside a tiny blue house on Pine Street, 14-year-old Emma sat at the kitchen table with her chin resting on her hand. Her toast had gone cold, and her orange juice was untouched. Emma didn't mind the rain. In fact, she liked it. It made her feel quiet inside. But today, her heart felt heavy. It was the kind of morning where everything felt slow, and even the light coming through the window seemed tired. Her grandma, Nana Rose, moved around the kitchen, humming an old song as she packed Emma's lunch. "School bag ready?" Nana asked with a warm smile. Emma nodded slowly. "Yeah." Nana paused and looked at her carefully. "What's on your mind, sweetheart?" Emma shrugged. "Nothing. Just, I don't know." But Nana knew her well. "Sometimes, the heart gets full and needs time to sort things out," she said, placing a gentle hand on Emma's shoulder. Just then, a soft clink came from the front porch. Emma's eyes flicked toward the door. "Mail's here." Nana wiped her hands on her apron. "Go on. See if there's anything interesting." Emma walked to the door and opened it. The morning air was cool and smelled like rain-soaked earth. On the old wooden porch sat the usual stack of mailsome flyers, a bill or two. But on top of it all was a small yellow envelope with her name written on it. Just Emma. No last name, no address. Just her name, in neat handwriting she didn't recognize. Curious, she turned it over. No return address. She went back inside, holding the envelope like it was something magical. Nana looked up. "Well, what did you get?" Emma slowly sat down and held out the envelope. "This, but I don't know who it's from." Nana leaned closer. "Looks like someone wanted to surprise you." Emma opened it carefully. Inside was a single piece of folded paper. Her hands trembled slightly as she opened it. The note said, "Dear Emma, sometimes the world sends little signs when you need them most. Keep your eyes open. Today is special. A friend." Emma stared at the words. They were simple, but something about them made her heart flutter, like the feeling you get just before something wonderful happens. "Who would send this?" she whispered. Nana's eyes sparkled. "Maybe someone who knows you need a little light today." Emma read the note again. It didn't say much, but it made her feel seen. Like someone out there understood her sadness even if they didn't say why. She folded the note and slipped it back into the envelope. "Do you think I'll get another one?" she asked. Nana smiled as she handed her the lunch bag. "Only one way to find out." Emma looked out the window. The rain had softened. The clouds were breaking up, and a little patch of blue sky peeked through. And just like that, a small part of her heart felt lighter. The next morning, Emma woke up before her alarm. The sky outside was still dark, but a faint light was beginning to stretch over the rooftops. Her heart felt different lighter. Curious. She sat up in bed, thinking about the yellow envelope from yesterday. "Dear Emma, today is special." She had read the note at least 10 times before bed, and she had even tucked it into her journal, right between her poems and doodles. Pulling back the curtain, she looked out at the sleepy town. Mist rolled through the quiet streets like soft white blankets. Somewhere in that mist, she hoped, another letter was waiting. Downstairs, the kitchen smelled like cinnamon. Nana Rose was already making her famous oatmeal with apples and honey. "Morning, sleepyhead," Nana said, stirring the pot. "You're up early." Emma smiled. "Couldn't sleep. I was thinking about the letter." "I had a feeling," Nana said. "Some messages stick with us." After breakfast, Emma opened the front door with a flutter of excitement. The porch was quiet. A few damp flyers, a newspaper, and a heart jumped a second yellow envelope. Same neat handwriting. Still just Emma. No stamp, no address. She grabbed it and held it close. Back inside, she sat at the table, her fingers carefully opening the envelope like it might break. The note inside read, "Dear Emma, every step you take is more important than you know. You are stronger than you think. A friend." She read it twice. Then again. Each word felt like it was meant just for her. "Another one?" Nana asked, setting down her teacup. Emma nodded. It's like they know what I need to hear." "That's the beauty of kind words," Nana said. "They often arrive just in time." At school, Emma kept the note in her pocket. She touched it during math class, held it during lunch. It gave her a sense of calm, like a secret she was carrying. After school, she sat under the big oak tree in the park. It was her favorite thinking spot. A gentle breeze blew through the branches, and leaves danced around her feet. "Who are you?" she whispered to the air. "Why me?" Just then, a small boy walked past with his mom. He looked at Emma and smiled brightly. "Hi," he said. She smiled back. "Hi. Pretty tree," he said, pointing up. Emma looked up. The branches stretched wide, full of green leaves glowing in the soft afternoon light. "Yeah," she said. "It is." The boy ran off laughing, and Emma was left with a warm feeling in her chest. Maybe the letters were helping her see more than before. The world felt softer, somehow more alive. At dinner that night, Nana placed a slice of warm apple pie in front of her. "You're smiling more," Nana said. Emma looked up. "I think the letters are changing something." "Or maybe," Nana said gently, "they're just helping you find what was already inside." Emma nodded slowly. She thought about that long after she went to bed. That night, the wind whispered through the trees outside her window, and Emma dreamed of yellow envelopes floating like feathers, carrying hope to anyone who needed it. By the third day, Emma was no longer nervous when she opened the door. She was excited. It had become her favorite part of the morning. Her heart beat a little faster each time she reached for the mail, wondering if a new note would be waiting. And there it was. Another yellow envelope. Same handwriting. Still no name. Just Emma. She rushed inside, her fingers trembling just like before. Nana smiled from the stove. She didn't even have to ask any more. Could see it in Emma's eyes. Emma opened the envelope carefully. Inside was a third note. "Dear Emma, the kindness you share, even when you're quiet, matters more than you think. Keep being you." A friend. Emma sat still, the note resting in her lap. These words weren't just kind. They felt like someone had been watching, not in a scary way, but in a way that meant they truly knew her. But who? At school, Emma looked around her classroom. She studied her classmates closely for the first time in a while. Could one of them be the mysterious letter writer? There was Olivia, who always lent people her colored pens and smiled at everyone. Then there was Max, who sat behind her in science and had once helped her pick up her spilled backpack without a word. Could it be her English teacher, Mr. Harris? He was always encouraging, often writing kind notes in the margins of their homework. Emma couldn't stop thinking about it. During lunch, she sat with her best friend, Lila. They shared sandwiches and cookies like always. "Have you ever gotten a letter from someone you didn't know?" Emma asked casually. Lila raised an eyebrow. "Like a secret admirer?" Emma blushed. "Not really. More like a thoughtful friend." Lila leaned in, curious. "You're hiding something." Emma grinned and pulled out the folded notes. Lila read them, her eyes wide. "Emma, these are beautiful. It's like someone's writing straight to your heart." Emma nodded. "That's how it feels. But I don't know who it is." Lila leaned back, thinking, maybe it doesn't matter who. Maybe the words are the gift, not the mystery. Later that day, Emma sat by her bedroom window, watching clouds drift by. The notes were laid out in front of her. 3 messages, all filled with hope, encouragement, and something even more powerful: attention. Someone had noticed her. Someone had taken the time. She pulled out her journal and wrote a reply on a clean page. "Dear friend, thank you for your words. I don't know who you are, but your notes make the world feel a little brighter. I hope you know you've helped me more than you can imagine. From Emma. She sighed, wishing she had a way to send it back. That night, she placed the letter in the mailbox, just in case. And as the moon rose over Maplewood, Emma wondered if a friend she'd never met might find it. The weekend brought sunlight and songbirds. For the first time in weeks, Emma didn't feel like hiding inside. She felt like doing something. Inspired. Maybe it was the notes, or maybe it was because she was starting to feel like the world had little secrets waiting to be found. Let's work in the garden today, Nana said cheerfully, handing Emma a small spade and gloves. The roses are calling. The backyard garden was Nana's pride. Rows of flowers, roses, tulips, sunflowers stood tall and colorful. Emma liked it too, though she'd never been much of a gardener. Today felt different. They worked side by side under the warm sun. Emma dug up weeds while Nana pruned the bushes gently. Bees buzzed lazily, and butterflies danced between petals. As Emma pulled up a patch of weeds near the back fence, her fingers hit something hard. Curious, she brushed away the dirt and uncovered a small tin box, just big enough to hold a few letters. "Nana?" she called, holding up the box. Nana looked surprised. "Well, that's not mine." Emma opened the tin slowly. Inside was a folded note. Her breath caught in her throat. It said, "Dear Emma, you've already started to see it, the beauty around you and inside you. Keep growing, just like these flowers. A friend." Emma sat back on her heels, the note in her lap. "They were here," she whispered. "Looks like your friend knows this garden," Nana said softly. "Maybe they've known you longer than you think." Emma's mind raced. Who had been in her garden? When? Why leave the note here? That night, she couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about the tin box. Was it left by someone from the neighborhood? Maybe it had been hidden a while ago, waiting for her to find it. Or maybe, just maybe, it was left the night before, by someone who knew she'd be gardening today. Her thoughts swirled until she drifted off. The letter clutched in her hand, dreams full of flowers and quiet messages. Monday came with a cool breeze and pink sunrise skies. Emma walked to the mailbox as usual, heart hopeful, and there it was again. Another yellow envelope. She rushed inside and opened it, expecting more kind words. But this time, there were no words at all. Inside the envelope was a drawing. It showed a girl standing under a tree, holding a kite. The wind blew her hair back. Above her head, tiny words floated from the kite's tail. "Let go. Fly." Emma stared at it, something stirring deep in her chest. At school, she couldn't stop thinking about the picture. She knew that tree. It was the big oak at the park, the same one she sat under often. After school, she went there. The wind rustled the leaves, just like in the drawing. She stood under the tree, holding the picture close, and closed her eyes. "Let go," she whispered. She thought about the sadness she had been carrying, the quiet worry that made her feel small some days. Maybe her friend was telling her to trust something bigger, to believe in herself more. Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her. She turned. It was Lila. "I thought I might find you here," Lila said, a little breathless. Emma smiled. "Hey." Lila held out something. "This dropped out of your bag today." It was the kite drawing. Emma took it and looked at her closely. "Lila," she asked carefully, "do you know anything about these notes?" Lila looked surprised. Then she shook her head. "I wish I did. But maybe you don't need to find out who. Maybe you just need to believe they care." Emma nodded slowly. Maybe she was right. Maybe the mystery wasn't the point. Maybe the gift was the way the letters made her see the world and herself differently. That night, she put all the letters and drawings into a small wooden box. On top, she placed a label, "Emma, for when you forget." And then, for the first time in a long while, she fell asleep, smiling. The 6th morning arrived with birdsong and sunlight flooding Emma's room. She stretched, feeling peaceful, lighter, stronger, like something inside her had quietly healed. She still checked the porch, like always, and once again there it was, the final yellow envelope. She opened it slowly, her hands calm. Inside, the note read, Dear Emma, this is the last letter, but not the end. You don't need my words anymore. The light is already in you. Go share it. Always. A friend. Emma pressed the paper to her chest. A quiet tear rolled down her cheek, but it wasn't a sad one. It was the kind of tear that comes when your heart feels full. At breakfast, Nana noticed her quiet smile. Another note? Emma nodded. The last one. Nana reached over and gave her hand a squeeze. Then it's time for your next chapter. Later, Emma took a walk to the park, carrying a small yellow envelope of her own. She left it under the big oak tree, tucked between the roots, for someone else to find. Inside was a note that read, Dear you, if you're reading this, maybe your heart needs a little light. You are not alone. The world is still full of kindness. Just wait and see. A friend. She walked away slowly, heart full, the breeze warm against her face. Thanks for reading our English learning story. Today's mail. We hope Emma's journey brought warmth to your heart and helped you enjoy practicing English in a fun and emotional way. If you like this story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends learning English too. Stay with us for more simple, powerful stories to help you grow your language skills and feel inspired every day. See you in the next story. Keep learning. Keep shining.